Good morning, St. Simon and Jude. Coach Keebler here, bringing you your week 2 Minds in Motion workout. So last week we worked on how to build a convergent string. We also talked about eye to eye. I'm going to bring all of these pieces into the maze today so it will be complete, okay? So you want to do your best. You want to try to do this just for 5 minutes a day if you can, and that'll show you great success, all right? So the first station that we're going to do is skip to my loo. Simply skipping, and I'll skip backwards just for the sake of what we're doing. Bring up those knees really high and use the opposite hand as you're swinging to bring up your skip, okay? So the first station is skip to my loo. Second station is electric slide. You can use a wall or a line, anything that you want. I'm going to use a line right now. The electric slide is a side shuffle. Be sure not to cross your feet. Basic, just doing it on a wall so that you stay close to the wall in a straight line. The next one we're going to do is the beanbag boogie. So the beanbag boogie is a little different this week, okay? I went ahead and grabbed a beanbag today, but you can use whatever you have in your house. This will work. Even a plastic trash bag will work. You're going to toss the beanbag up in the air, and you're going to try to touch it with your right foot as it lands. Not kick it, just touch it. And if you use some sort of ball, a rolled up wad of socks works, or a bag, you probably have a higher chance of catching it. It's a little easier to catch. So that's your beanbag boogie challenge of this week. Toss, catch with your right foot. Next one is eye to eye. Okay, so I'll go ahead and run our eye to eye for you right now. Follow this with only your eyes. Don't turn your head. Okay, ready? Perfect. Okay, good job. Next one is jumping jack flash. This is a broad jump, so you can do this with 2 chalk lines. I'm just going to use lines that I have in the gym. You want to have a nice wide stance, bend your knees, get your arms ready. Your arms are going to swing back and jump out as far as you can. Okay? Try to do that a couple times. See how many jumps it takes you to get between your lines. Next one is the jelly roll. Jelly roll. This one is actually rolling on your floor. You want to roll in a straight line. I'm going to follow this wide green line. Hands up. You might notice that you're not rolling straight, okay? If you're not rolling straight, just keep practicing. No big deal, okay? Then we want to add in the crosswalk. Crosswalk is going to be walking opposite knee, opposite hand, crossing the midline. This is a really important skill for anybody. Crossing the midline. And I want to give a shout out to one of our students, Isabel, who showed me her maze last week. She made one in her house and sent me a video, and it was fantastic. Isabel, so proud of you. Good work. Next one we're going to do is the balance board bash. If you don't, I brought my balance board out today. If you don't have one, no big deal. Just find something to balance on. You can balance on a can of paint we balanced on last week. You can balance on a cone. You can balance on a coffee can, right? You can balance on a larger can of food. So just be creative. You can balance on a brick, right? See what you have around your house. I didn't show that in the video, but you know what we're doing. See what you have around your house that you can use. You do not need to buy anything, okay? Climb every mountain. This is the one where you're gonna step over obstacles. I didn't bring any obstacles out. I can actually even just pretend. Climbing over. What would it look like if you were climbing over some large obstacles? Really get those legs up and climb over those obstacles. Okay, beam team. When we do the beams, we're gonna walk down the beam and turning backwards at a midpoint. I'm gonna do this line. I'll start backwards so I can face you. Turn around. Again, trying to keep your balance on the beam. Halfway, you want to change your directions, okay? Monster Mash, this one. You want to stomp as hard as you can. It doesn't matter if you have the spots like we use at school or not. You can use chalk. You're actually going to do this forward, stomp, 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 stomp. See how loud you can be. While being respectful of all your family members that you have at home working on technology. Puppy dog crawl. Okay, this is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna puppy dog crawl on all fours. Crawling is really important to your motor development, all right? So get some puppy dog crawling. Eye convergence, we made these last week. I've tied up the one that I made on the video. I'm gonna hold it to my nose. I'm gonna stare at this first bead. It's a math manipulative, don't use yours. I just used whatever I had. Whatever you have around the house works, don't buy anything. I'm gonna focus on this bead for the count of 10. Then I'm gonna focus on the second bead for the count of 10. And then I'm gonna focus on the final bead. Your eyes are working really hard while we're virtually learning, okay? So it's really important that we try to add some things like this. Strengthen your eyes, give them some other focus, okay? So really do this eye convergence string and your eye to eye, all right? Next one is the strong arm push. Strong arm push. This is an isometric exercise, so as you're pushing against this wall, you don't need a huge weight. Just push as hard as you can. Really, really, really push as hard as you can, and you're gonna feel it. It's, you don't have to have weights just to be using your muscles as hard as you can, all right? And the next one is stepping back. I don't have any stairs right here, but essentially you could just practice going backwards over your mountain if you want. If you have stairs in your house, find some stairs, climb up the rail backwards, okay? So again, look at what you have at your house. I will do some virtual Minds in Motion mazes at my house too, which I did last year when we were on quarantine. So use what you have, okay? You don't have to buy anything for this. Get some chalk, find some boxes, whatever you have at home we'll use, all right, St. Simon and Jude? I hope you have a great week, and if it's your turn to pick up your dribble up ball, be sure you come to St. Simon. Check it out online and sign them out, all right? Have a great day, guys.